quick video to talk about what I'm doing here to get this place finished up now that the demo's done. Got some boric acid here. I'm going to add that. It kills roaches. And more importantly, ants, carpenter ants, could always be a problem. So I'm going to put that at the bottom of the cavities before I add in the insulation. For a hole like this, large hole, I have this stuff that I can use to wrap around the pipe and then fill in all the spaces with this stuff so that the mice won't shoot through it. No way, no how. This is a normal stuff. I don't know what the difference is other than these are supposed to be better at keeping out pests and specifically rodents because it's Tomcat brand. I don't know how they do that, but the other part is that I'm using this mineral wool in the walls, which has sound control, which is nice for certain. It's R15, which is about all you're going to get in cavities with these 4-inch studs. Obviously, some houses have the 6-inch studs and can put more insulation in the walls. I do not. But it looks like this. You cut it up a little differently. It holds its rigidity a lot better. Cut holes for the wire, or slits for the wires to pack in. You pack it around everything, and it's also supposed to be harder for the mice to chew through. And then stuff like this here, I can put some of the pest block in to fill this in. This goes back to the brick. But I also have some strips of this kind of material, though not as thick, that I can kind of use to put over that as well. Just to cover that up. I'd like to replace this window. I'm not sure when I'm going to do that. For now, I'm also stapling in these. These should last a lot longer than the old ones, really forever, because they're plastic, and that's what plastic does. Here's the old ones. You can see they get chewed up, they fall apart. They're just styrofoam, so they're not really great. While I got it open, I figured I'd replace those. I still need to take this one last piece down, get rid of all this stuff. That's the old stuff. I have new faced insulation for the ceiling, R30. And then I've got some rolls up there that can go on top of that to really make it nice and warm up there. I also need to finish securing all these wires, though a lot of these are data wires that don't need to run through the studs. They're just gonna kind of sit on top. This has already been mostly secured here. This stuff I'm still kind of working on a bit, but mostly everything's pulled here, except, for example, there needs to be one more 14 gauge wire going up here to the hallway light. And I've got to figure out if I want to wrap one more 12 gauge wire all the way across in case someone ever wants to add a garbage disposal. I personally compost instead, but you never know. I also need to drill a hole through here to pull the dishwasher, and if I do it, the compost wire through here. This will be behind the sink, so this is now where these wires go to a box behind the sink. Some people like to surface mount it on the drywall because it's a little more accessible, and then it's inside your sink cabinet, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet. Haven't gotten there. For now, I just need to drill through these 3 pieces of wood to run this wire through and finish securing those. There's also, I need to run one more piece of wire over here. I want to put the boric acid in and then put these 3 pieces in to finish that up. But I also need to, at some point, besides filling gaps like this, I need to go along the top and fill all these gaps as well. Some of them I've done, but for the most part, they haven't been filled. So once I have all the wires in, even these ones, I'm going to just shoot a little of that pest block through there. That way the mice can't crawl into the voids ever. I may even throw some in these holes so that if a mouse ever does get into the void, they can't move between the voids. We'll see if I go that far. I'm not sure. But for the most part, that's it. Here, one more thing I do need to kind of finish is pulling a line specifically for the refrigerator that's going to go over here. And that'll be its own line, and that way I don't have any worries. And then this run here, I need to add something up here for the range hood at some point. But that's not going to run off the same line. That's going to run off of 14, I think. But this piece needs to be extended over to this outlet, and then possibly to one more over here. For this line here. So this whole wall of the kitchen will be powered by one. A second for the fridge. A third line here to cover kind of the middle of the kitchen, going across to here, one outlet here, and then the outside outlet. And then on this end, there'll be a stove here, but presumably 1, 2, 3 outlets on this side, and possibly a 4th over here will be on their own line. So that's 4 lines plus 1 for the dishwasher, and the lights are all on their own circuits. So hopefully that's enough. It's tough to tell. Downstairs, I can't really run the microwave and the toaster oven at once, and that's I think a 20 amp line, so you never know. But hopefully this will cover, standard kitchen uses. And there's the old sink that needs to go out. Fun stuff. All right, yeah, that's it. That's my progress. These are my preventive measures, and we'll see if they work and keep the mice out.